Dreaming of owning land or buying a vineyard in Napa Valley? My name is Zack Sperow. I'm a top producing realtor in Napa Valley and Solano County real estate, and we're talking about all of that today. First, let's talk about the basics: water, septic, and or sewer. Let's first talk about water. Whether it's a vineyard, home site, property, land, or you're gonna be having crops or livestock, you're going to wanna have water, especially in rural areas, and you don't wanna be trucking in water all the time. So you're going to wanna have a well. Things about wells that you wanna ask is, how many gallons per minute is that well pumping? Has that well been tested? How long will that well have for storage tanks for water? So whether you have a cement or plastic water storage tank. These are all questions your realtor or me should be able to help you with in understanding if this is the right fit for you and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish. Number two, let's talk about septic or sewer. So most country property will have a septic tank in place, and you want to know the age of that septic tank, what size it is, what is it managing, how many bedrooms and bathroom count. Because if you want to add on, you might have to have a bigger septic tank. If it's too old, you might have to replace it. And a lot of times now in Napa County, when you go to try to get a permit for a septic tank, they're gonna require you to get an engineered septic tank. And sometimes when you have that, that means that the ground has to settle for a certain period of time before that septic tank can be installed. And it is very expensive, upwards of $40,000. So if you have questions regarding septic or regarding buying country property and about septic, just give me a call. I'm happy to answer that question. Let's first talk about roads and make sure that you understand the quality of those roads. If you have a property that's landlocked or up on a major hillside or big mountain, you might want to think about, is that road even attainable for large cement trucks? Maybe they're trucks for the vineyard and things like that. So when you're looking at buying country property, pay attention to the road you're on and if that's going to have to be reinforced, because that could get very, very expensive. Let's talk about county permits, codes, and uses. When you're looking into a different property, you're going to want to know, can that property even manage what you want to accomplish? If you want to plant a vineyard and the area is land zoned for agricultural watershed, that land can only potentially be 30% vineyard, and you don't want to have a steepness or lot slope of more than 30% because then it gets very, very costly. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing land here in Napa Valley. Pay attention to the different grades in the different areas and if the county permitting will even allow that option for you. Now let's talk about insurance. So whether you are building or growing, you're going to want to get insurance. And with all these recent fires in 2017 and 2020 in Napa County and Solano County, people are having a harder and harder time getting insurance, and especially if your property is of high value. So I recently went on an appointment to a $10 million property with a beautiful home, gorgeous vineyards. He just replanted because all the vineyards had burned, but the home was always there and was stayed intact during the last fire. Now, when you keep that in mind, now that $10 million property needs to be insured by the next homeowner. Now, he currently has insurance and his insurance provider did not drop him, but the next buyer might not be able to get insurance. So if you're buying in Napa Valley or Solano County at a high value, make sure to talk to your agent or me regarding if you can get insurance on that property or not. Lastly, let's talk about money and vineyards. You absolutely can make a lot of money off vineyard property, and it is an incredible tax advantage too if you buy a farm. So pay attention to that when you're purchasing. Talk to a farm and ranch specialist and CPA and find out if this is something that's right for you, because I've heard in the past of people looking to buy maybe a $2 or $3 million home, but when they decide to buy a $4 to $6 million ranch, they get a lot more tax advantages and it's a smarter decision for them in the long run. In conclusion, each lot and area comes with its own set of unique challenges and concerns. But if you need my help, give me a call. My name is Zack Sperow. I'm a top producing realtor in Napa Valley and Solano County real estate, and I'd love to help you find your own farm, piece of land, or lot, whether it's $100,000 or $10 million. I'm here to help you. Imagine you have a very steep hillside and you're building a beautiful home on the top of a hill. Can't with this road. I can't. Depending on what you're growing or building, you're wanting blah, 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 blah. Let's go over the basics. Water, septic, blah, blah, blah. So let's go more in depth. Roads, let me repeat that.